Apple urged to drop plans to scan iMessages and images on iMessage on iCloud for abuse. Who's urging them? More than 90 policy and rights groups around the world have published an open letter urging Apple to abandon its plans. So this is the scanning thing we talked about. What do they call it? CSAM. Mm-hmm. Is that what they call that content? Mm-hmm. This is bad news content that's been flagged and has a hash associated with it, and the authorities try to figure out who tries to keep such content so that they can investigate, obviously. And then Apple made a controversial move to begin to try to make these matches on content that's living on their server, on their iCloud stuff. And people said, hey, this is the first step towards, like, you've been making all these privacy claims, and what if it gets used the wrong way, the technology? You know, it's the Batman, surveillance, Dark Knight. Was it Dark Knight? Mm-hmm. They're like, you can't, it was Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
It was Morgan Freeman. He's like, are you sure, Mr. Wayne? Are you sure? That's not Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
He's like, are you sure you want to use this technology, Mr. Wayne? He's like, once you do this, you cannot undo it. I just turned into Bane. Yeah. You cannot undo it. Batman. That's anyway, can I be Bane in an upcoming skit?
You sure can.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
We're going to need some props for that.
Yeah.
I'd like to be Bane in an upcoming skit, man. Anyway, so that's a different movie. It's not even dark. He's got all the screens in front of him. He's got like 1,000 TVs. He can just see anything. He can triangulate.
And they use sonar.
And they say, hey, man, that's too much power. They say, that's too much power, man. Mm-hmm. He says, I got to do it.
But he destroyed it afterwards, so spoiler alert.
I destroyed the technology afterwards. Yeah, you're spoiling. Did. You can't be spoiling.
So good for him.
But wasn't it? It was the thing. It was the thing. The hero Gotham deserves, or you live long enough to become a villain, or
see yourself as a villain.
I don't remember these superhero things, but Dark Knight, Dark Knight, man.
Yeah,
Dark
Morgan
Knight.
Freeman. It's great film.
I gotta check out Dark Knight again one time, because
you should.
Definitely a good time to it. Anyway, so there's a lot of backlash. Social media was just all fired up, and you had people on both sides of it saying, Apple has to do this here, why they had to do it, and so on. And then you had the other people saying, it's just the first step. It's a slippery slope. Imagine all the places in which Apple does business that could demand to have this technology utilized for other types of content, which they would want to hash associated with politics, fear-mongering, scaring, I'm scared type of thing. So it's two sides to it, as per usual.
And it's, did you hear the Federighi trying to explain how it works?
Yeah, who was he chatting with? It was like...
I think Wall Street Journal?
You could tell it was like a damage control thing. It's like, oh, God, who can we call? Who can Federighi talk to from the nice, beautiful, infinite backdrop?
Yeah, the circle.
From the circle. Here, they're in the boardroom, all the prominent people. Who's Federighi going to talk to? From the infinite circle. Mm-hmm. Because we got to get this thing sorted out. And then he goes in there. He's like, wow, it's really just a big misunderstanding here. Just a big misunderstanding here. Uh-huh. Apple is always out for you guys. Uh-huh. We love you guys.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Anyway, what can you do with this stuff, man? It's not good either way. It's not good either way. Got the stuff on the servers. That's no good. You scan everybody. That's no good. Mm-hmm. Scanning the hash. A lot of people did misinterpret the way the technology works, thinking, what if my photo gets scanned improperly? But no, this is like known.
It's like it has its own database. Abuse
images that have been shared within those communities, and then the hash is associated with that particular image and only that image. It's not like it's looking for new images to add to the database. It's just reflecting what people are storing against the pre-existing database. Now, I don't know what's required to add a new image to the database, or if Apple's even involved in that, or if that's strictly government agencies, but this is complex stuff. And it appears to me that there's at least enough people who are not super into the idea to cause a ruckus. And now we have more than 90 policy and rights groups that have added, put themselves in there in the conversation here.
Yeah.